That's an awful lot of salt trucks. That's an awful lot of. I don't see this many salt trucks when it fucking snows. Blocking off Grant Park for the taste or something.
Not, I repeat, not doing or a different breed out here, nigga. We are not Los Angeles, nigga. We are not Washington D.C. This is Chicago. Go fight back. I'm telling you, dude, go fight back, gang. Whatever. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Yo, switch, gang. They not going for that, bro. I know the push out finna say, oh, it's the National Guard. Can't do anything about it. They must go in Chicago. Y'all know that it's more bad people than good people, bro. There are over 100,000 gangs in Chicago by the city by itself, gang.
Yeah, Trump talking about something. Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. You about to find out why it's called direct. Goofy ass. We ain't scared of this. Quiet part out loud.
Yeah, it's wild. The culture and what's happening in these cities, like Chicago, is worse than previously thought. There are people that are online that are basically warning Trump about the National Guard and or the military actually appearing in the city of Chicago. And they think that the young bulls over there or the gangsters and all that. And I seen this one lady, maybe I'll do a separate review video today. I seen this one older lady and she was saying that the Crips and the Bloods is coming together in order to, fight against ICE. And I'm not really sure if y'all understand what y'all saying. Number one, you cannot make a threat on the president of the United States of America. I'm not sure where y'all been at and how y'all think that this is going to fly in any shape, capacity, way, or form, but that is not the wave, bro. You don't want to even be online feeling comfortable, even if it's not a direct threat, an indirect threat, anything that can be taken as a threat. That's not what you want to do. Y'all really don't understand that they're trying to prevent you from killing yourselves. Where's Black Lives Matters when you need it? Where's Al Sharpton? Where's all of the D.L. Hugleys and the Steve Harveys and all of the people that got a paycheck, the Roland Martins? Where are all of these people that were heavy on the Kamala Harris train and they wanted the federal government and people and white people to acknowledge the people in Chicago? I'm not sure if they just wanted affirmation or if they actually wanted something done. It sounds like they just want money. And that's usually what it comes down to. Politicians have monetized crime. And it's funny because they find money to do a lot of things like rolling out the salt trucks and placing them along the streets, which y'all don't really realize is, but most of Chicago, especially downtown streets, are actually sold off. So Chicago has to rent their streets from a private investor, overseas investor, even to be able to do certain things like parking trucks and having parades and blocking off streets and the parking meters. Any revenue lost has to go directly over there. So, I'm not even really sure if y'all understand the politics of this whole thing. How taxpayers are being finessed into playing the victim role so that Chicago's leaders and legislators can continue to profit and stay in power while at the same time simultaneously running the city into bankruptcy. And so, I would be disgusted if I were you. But as usual, you have people who you have to drag to the finish line and actually save their lives that are protesting and warning the federal government and warning the president of the United States of America that he does not want to deploy. It's funny because y'all went in the house for the pandemic. Y'all went in the house and y'all didn't protest a lot of things. Y'all never got outside and protested when it came to illegal migrants that were invading your cities and taking over your neighborhoods, and all of the money that the mayor of Chicago and the governor of the
Let's try this one, guys.
to make sure that they were comfortable when they were sleeping inside of the police stations. But y'all got smoke for the president who wants to stop crime inside of y'all communities, because it's profitable for you. That is the only logical reason as to why.
Oh, no, not this one.
About Chicago, there are people who, like myself, who are born and raised in the city of Chicago. Is it dangerous here? Yes, it's dangerous here. Are we generally desensitized to the amount of violence that goes on here? To some extent, yes. However, Chicago is one of them cities that what you live by is what you die by. Good, bad, or indifferent. What you win by is what you lose by. Sometimes when things happen in the city of Chicago, it's not a coincidence and it's not a shock to us because if you be outside doing bullshit, bullshit's gonna find you.
It's funny. I wonder how the the babies that catch the stray bullets or the college students, when I was reporting on it last year and they were getting carjacked and robbed and the people was getting ran up on and the people and the business owners in the plazas whose stores continue to get broken into. I wonder if they add
Hey guys, I'm actually playing with the controller, okay?
or if they was involved in something that would warrant that type of behavior.
Because you be outside doing bullshit. All my years of being a Chicago native, there are a lot of things I've never dealt with because I don't be outside entertaining certain shit. I also have a really good spidey senses. I know when to leave. I don't always need to prove a point to a stranger. There are some common sense things that were put into my head that have kept me alive. And you got to be wrong with one of them. Some people have a hard time and a hard life in Chicago because they go outside, they do bullshit. They get involved with people who do bullshit. They be attached to things that have brought them nothing but bullshit. Not even no money and bullshit.
Hi, I'm Greg. And I'm Jonathan. This is Darla. And this is Bert. We're the founders of the Farmer's Dog. We've made an entirely new way.
You shut the fuck up, you fucking faggot. I don't fucking care, bro.
So it seems that Mayor Brandon
This is Jenna. This is my dog. That's really nice. I love dogs, okay? But I don't fucking care about how you fucking... I just don't care, bro.
They gave him a middle name, okay? They don't want him to bring the National Guard.
Son of a bitch.
Okay? Chicago, the leaders keep saying, we don't want Donald Trump here. We don't want the National Guard here. I find it actually ironic because when y'all had the Democratic National Convention, you called in the National Guard. You wanted them to protect you during your convention, but not regular Chicago people. Okay. The reason is because if they allow Donald Jatavius, there's how you say it. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been watching this other girl, and she done gave him a whole name, and I love it. They don't want Donald Trump to come in there with the National Guard because if they clean up the crime, Chicago will lose $800 million in federal funding for crime programs. That's why they don't want Donald Trump there. It's all about the money. All you gotta do is follow the money.
It's 100% true. I've been talking about it online, and they're trying to use the money in order to plug the budget deficit and the holes. And that's why they're trying to monetize crime. It's one big system. It's a racket. And black people are falling for it. These liberal protesters are falling for it that don't even live in Chicago. Illinois, they not even playing no games as far as trying to make sure that they plug that budget deficit. And so they're dependent on Donald Trump.
Yes, bitch. You like me now? Who's your fucking daddy?
They begging the federal government for money and try to act like this.
Okay.
And they juking the stats in order to get to the money. It's one big racket, bro, and it's not fair to the black people and the community members and the people that live, work, and play and have to deal with this nonsense on a regular basis. It's so messed up, bro.
Money. I say this about everybody. Follow the money.
That's right. Who's your fucking daddy?
They do not care about nobody in Chicago. They care about themselves, okay? They only care about protecting themselves because
Son of a bitch.
Ain't down in their streets, okay? Ain't down in their neighborhoods. They dying in black neighborhoods. Black people are dying. Black babies. Black women. People are losing their kids, their nieces, their nephews,
Son of a bitch.
their aunts and uncles. You know what I'm saying? All because Chicago's leaders want to keep $800 million from the federal government. Did y'all know that?
People gotta wake up. Y'all
Hey, you
gotta
guys, go
wake
get into that
up.
play.
Y'all gotta wake up and get off of the Democrat plantation. It's gonna absolutely ruin your life. and it's ruining your kids' lives, and it's ruining your community, and it's ruining
Clyde
everything
Waldo?
that you ever touch. But, you know, it would behoove you to do what you're supposed to do, but y'all don't want to listen. I'm going to keep on preaching until somebody wake up. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon links in the description. Teach Henley 40% off your first order, 20% off.
Innovative breast support cotton bra designed by a 68-year-old lingerie expert who really gets this.
Protests across Chicago on Saturday with more expected as ICE looks to ramp up crackdown efforts. This as President Trump traded barbs with Illinois Governor Pritzker on social media about the enforcement operations. Senior correspondent Mike Tobin is live in Chicago with the latest. Hello, Mike.
Operations have not materialized. What have materialized here in the city of Chicago are protests. 3 different protests took place yesterday. Yesterday evening, we saw hundreds gather in Millennium Park. A lot of the usual actors that we see at different protests, and the reason for that is 11 different groups that often protest around the city of Chicago came together under the umbrella of the Coalition Against the Trump Agenda. So they were focused on the Trump agenda, but you saw people protesting everything from the Palestinian cause to trans rights. They marched around the city without major incident. There was another protest that formed up in Broadview, and that is because an ICE processing facility is being set up there on a temporary basis. There were also protests at the Naval Station north of Chicago, and that is where ICE is largely headquartering, or certainly they're using that as a logistical hub. The whole thing was inflamed yesterday by a post on Truth Social from President Trump, in which he channeled Robert Duvall from the movie Apocalypse Now, saying, "I love the smell of deportation in the morning." That triggered the ire of Illinois Democrats, who had all sorts of negative things to say about that particular post. So while all the protests are going on, we still haven't seen major ICE operations. What we did see yesterday, 2 homicides and 5 people were shot in the city of Chicago since noon yesterday. Mike, back to you.
Mike Tobin live in Chicago. Mike, thanks very much. Good morning. Let's bring in New York Congresswoman and member of the House Intelligence Committee, Claudia Tenney. Congresswoman, welcome.
Thank you. Great to be on.
So you've heard about the pushback from officials there in Chicago about the federal surge, perhaps in the Windy City. What's your take on all of it?
Look, the people in Chicago want to have a safe city. You cannot have a prosperous city without having law and order, and this is all that we're calling for, and President Trump is straightening that out. I can tell you, I finally got back to D.C. last week and could see a marked difference in what has happened with the National Guard, providing logistics, providing a presence, providing a deterrent value for the people of Washington, D.C. And now the people of Chicago would be well served to have at least the National Guard help with some of these logistics operations, although it's a little bit of a sticky issue for President Trump to use this, to do this without the consent of the mayor and obviously the local.
I like the
officials.
background. Like the background looks like it's alive. You know, it's very colorful, very lively. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying?
Security, safety, and the hope for prosperity in the city of Chicago. When the people in Chicago are having to close down their buildings, and also you're seeing continued murders and shootings going on because they don't have a strong police presence. But remember, Governor Pritzker didn't have any problem bringing the National Guard in when they had to protect the Democrats at their national convention. You know, so that wasn't a problem after that situation. So I just hope the people of Chicago get an opportunity to have a prosperous city with free of crime, so their children can go to school.
Oh my God, dude!
So here in Washington, the Army has extended the National Guard's orders to be on duty here through November. Maryland Governor Wes Moore on the other side suggests that's a waste of money. Let's play him.
What the fuck? Motherfucker just like sat on me, bro.
This occupation for 744 cubic yards of mulch spread, 886 bags of trash collected, 270 feet of fence painting. You know what we don't have stats on? How many illegal guns has the National Guard seized? How many drug busts has the National Guard done?
You work here, you live here part-time.
You like me now?
On to the governor of Maryland.
Well, first of all, he was in the
Who's your daddy?
What? The military perform a wide array of jobs. The National Guard is part of the beautification effort, and they also are doing a lot of logistics, and they are responsible, as Pam Bondi has pointed out and done many press conferences, showing the number of illegal gun seized, the number of arrests, the curfew numbers, the lack of murders in the District of Columbia. So for him to just point out that they're only on the beautification efforts is obviously, he's running for president, he's trying to set himself up as against Trump and not really promoting the good things that are happening in the District of Columbia, which I've witnessed last week. My first.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Leave a channel, leave a comment down below, like the stream. Shit. Oh, fuck you. I don't give a fuck, bro. Why you kind of little bitch? Yo, no kids. No kids under 18 here, bro, because I curse a lot.
We did that. And it doesn't work. Interdiction doesn't work because these drug cartels, what they do is they know they're going to lose, 2% of their cargo. They bake it into their economics. What will stop
I got like my robotic AI fucking maid here.
What do you make of this more aggressive approach in fighting the drug war?
Look, Marco Rubio, our Secretary of State, is doing a fantastic job. It is so important to go beyond interdiction and actually seize the assets and actually show force against these people who are now designated as foreign terrorist operations, organizations, which means we can use more intelligence against them, we can freeze their assets, we can prevent them from really committing one of the worst crimes that we've seen in our country, which is this: over 100,000 Americans die every single year from overdoses, and this is, Russia and China teaming up with these narco-terrorism groups, destroying our country from within, destroying our children. So I think going the next step and actually, calling these people what they are, the terrorist organization.
Yes, it actually is possible to eat mercury and smoke that.
Doctors make the biggest difference in how you and how it's
Yo, guys, like the stream so I can, do more. Let me get at least fucking like 2 likes. Yeah.
It's giving you 50% off your first house. Thank you later.
Shut up.
No, grace doesn't mean you're free from consequences.
It doesn't.
And that's the problem. That's why I asked, when men commit a crime, they pay the time.
I really do believe that when you are sensitive to the Holy Spirit, there is a certain level of grace that you have more understanding. And yes, I get that people in the world are going to be very judgmental. I understand that. Like, I get that, and I'm facing that. But I also know that God has gotten me to this point, and He will get our family through that bridge when we cross it. Like, I don't have to sit around and worry about that.
Of course you're not. Of course. No, grace doesn't mean you're free from consequences.
It doesn't.
And that's the problem. That's why I asked, when men commit a crime, they pay the time. As most of you know, I have been fighting on the front lines of the simp epidemic for years, but I need to tell you about a quiet weapon being ratcheted up against men that is rarely talked about. It's not just the relentless anti-masculinity propaganda and OnlyFans hoes causing the societal issues that we discuss on the show. Did you know that the average city's tap water contains trace pharmaceuticals and endocrine disruption off site-wide? I'm sorry, do the crime. You didn't, right?
Should I have done that, bro?
It would have made the story a little more believable. But you have zero penance, zero repercussions, none. So forgive me if I don't.
There are repercussions. Pearl, let me tell you about repercussions, okay?
Yo, guys, like the stream at least. Give me a like or 2.
When we were dating,
share the stream. Yo, don't forget to sub.
Purity, and people sent.
And leave in the comments below, like, what game do you want to see me play? You know what I'm saying?
Moments. That was humiliating for me. I had genuinely.
Oh, motherfucker! This motherfucker whipping me up, son.
I was walking a new life, and my past has come back to haunt me. So I share this again, and I'm always open about the repercussions of my
son
sin
of a
because
bitch, dude.
I want people to understand that there are consequences. Like it's not a get out of jail free.
Daddy or Dandy?
Oh, Dandy. Him because men always have to clean up after women.
The consequences for me and the humiliation.
You didn't seem very humiliated when you were doing it.
I wasn't actually, because I had no conviction of sin until I experienced a relationship with Jesus.
It's just very convenient that's happening.
Yo, this guy's cheating with his fucking whip, dude. That's not cool.
You didn't feel the 6 months in or a year in. It was 7 years in.
Because I didn't encounter Jesus until about 3.5 years, and then that process was about 3 years of sanctification for me before I finally got it.
encountered him.
Oh, dude, I almost had a...
You encountered him and you still did a porn scene.
Right.
So then I have to look at
One more round? What do you guys think? One more round?
And when you
I got
say,
unlimited
I'm
quarters.
holy, and you're still doing porn, it leads me to believe you're a liar.
Well, at that point, I would never have called myself bully. I did that last scene because I was already there in Las Vegas. I needed the money. I literally had no money, but the whole time I did it, I felt a conviction. And I love how you look at actions. That is wisdom, because look at what my actions did. After I recorded that scene, I left the porn industry and I never looked back. My actions prove that I have repented.
Okay, what actions prove? Because I don't really think you get brownie points for not doing something. Like, I think that not doing porn is pretty easy.
Okay, so the one thing that I've helped leave
I don't think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna tell you what I won't give you brownie points for, and you can tell me what I'm missing. Okay. So I'm not gonna give you brownie points for stopping because I just don't think that's that hard. It's not hard to not have sex on camera. Okay. I'm not gonna give you brownie points for the ministry because you're making money off of it, and you're getting.
Really not.
So outside of the two things, which is lecturing people about the Bible, fine, whatever, but I'm not going to give you brownie points for either of those two things. What have you done?
Okay, so you're trying to say that I'm making money off of, like, getting a couple $1,000s a year is not making money. Like, it's really not. I don't consider that making money. Okay, so my husband has a secular job and that's how our bills are paid. It's not from me serving Jesus. That's not where the bulk of our money comes from by any means. So
Bitch, yes, I got you.
Asking for brownie points anyway. I know earlier you mentioned that, I try to be the hero of my story. Jesus is the hero of my story, actually, because everything that I've done, everything that I've become is because of who Jesus is in my life.
With Fargo,
Yeah, but you're still a fucking porn actress. Well, you were. I'm sorry. No ads. Come on, no ads.
What did I spend on groceries this month? Hey, Dad, can the guys pay for dinner?
Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
This isn't just a wallet, it's a rare find. There's something different about owning something almost nobody else has. That's why when Ridge dropped their limited Kintsugi collection, I had to grab it. Inspired by the Japanese art of turning imperfections into golden masterpieces, each Ridge Kintsugi wallet has a completely unique golden etched pattern. Literally one of only 8 exclusive
Shut the fuck up, bro. Nobody cares.
Okay, so again, what was the penance? What are the actions? Outside of retelling the porn story, okay, or stopping doing porn, like what else did you do? Anything?
I mean, I'm good to people. Like, if I'm the first person to serve, we have a Bible study at our church, at our house every single week. We're constantly pouring into people. My life has literally become a service to those in need. Also, when I got my job for $11.25 an hour, I would make an extra sandwich every day, and I would just go around. It was in a large homeless community in Point Loma, and I would just talk to all the homeless people and, how are you doing?
Yes.
Do you know Jesus? Like, I was just sharing the gospel with every single person. And was I getting paid for that? No, I was sacrificing my own money so that I could bring them a lunch.
Did you apologize to the people that you hurt?
I have definitely made apologies through different testimonies saying that, there's a lot of people that I'm sure used to watch my stuff, and I have apologized for even being that person, especially after reading that scripture, that woman named Jezebel who leads my people into sexual immorality.
Okay, not
What the fuck?
Not publicly.
Follow me up and shoot me out.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yes. God has restored my relationship with every single one of my family members. I have apologized and rebuilt. It's been 13 years, so that's like the past is in the past. We've rebuilt our relationships, and they're wonderful.
There's a start. Okay, so the way that I can tell,
Bitch, you like me now?
Is full accountability
Daddy wins.
And changed behavior. That's it. Otherwise, I can't really tell. And my only point is the way you talk about your story. I think you paint yourself as the victim a lot. I think it's complete bullshit. that you say you didn't know. You were an adult at 25 years old. There's some things I don't think you need to read a scripture to not have sex on camera. I really don't. I think that's something you can just. And the second is changed behavior, which you didn't have after the conversion. So
I did. You're considering my conversion on the airplane. That was not really my conversion. That was like the first step to conversion.
Okay. Well, when I heard you tell the story in the beginning, you said that you did a scene after you converted because you needed the money.
I wasn't really, I hadn't even started going to church at that point. It was like I didn't say that I converted, I said I had an encounter. An encounter with God doesn't always equal instant conversion. It does for some in the Bible, but sometimes it's the sanctification process. Like I wasn't just made all pure and holy right off the bat. I had to go through the renewal of my mind. My mind was a mess. I had to.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
So renew my mind.
I'm playing with a controller.
That's exactly what's happened.
By the way.
Okay, so why would a woman not just be a porn star, get all the attention until she gets her money, hit about 32 years old, and then think, I'll find a simp and he'll fix all my problems, I can really have it all?
Hey, if you want to get rid of your beer belly in time for summer, check this out. Hey, Dr. Drew, do celebrities cut carbs to lose weight?
No. Hey, Dr. Drew. Dude, do celebrities run a lot to lose weight? No. You've been running? Oh, yeah.
What's up with everyone?
They're trying to lose weight.
Well, they're doing it all.
I completely agree. That is not how you lose weight. I was on carnivore for about 4 years.
Nobody fucking cares, bro. Waku waku.
Bro, we are dealing with this garbage. We absolutely are dealing with this absolute like, bro, what are we fucking doing here? This is really what you're doing. So the libs are immediately taking.
Hold on, I'm trying to look for a good game, guys.
And they are now on team terrorists.
Stay on. Stay on.
Find me every single time. Every single
time. You guys
time
like okay.
You know,
you guys like fighting games, right?
The libtards take the sides of the fucking terrorists every time. Every time. Doesn't matter if it's Tren de Aragua or Hamas, but wherever the fuck they are, there will be a retarded liberal motherfucker literally defending them and taking their side. So let's see what the reaction to this was.
On the boat, you had massive amounts of drugs. We have tapes of them speaking. There was massive amounts of drugs coming into our country to kill a lot of people, and everybody fully understands that. But you see it. You see the bags of drugs all over the boat, and they were hit. Obviously, they won't be doing it again, and I think a lot of other people won't be doing it again when they watch that tape. They're going to say, "Let's not do this." We have to.
That's right, baby. That's right.
Venezuela's been a very bad actor. They've been, as you know, they've been sending millions of people into our country. Many of them Tren de Aragua, some of the worst gangs, some of the worst people anywhere in the world in terms of gangs.
So I fully support stopping them. They weren't going to stop unless they actually got some of their shit kicked in. And you know that that's the reality of the situation, because nothing will ever dissuade them from doing this if you just say don't do it. Every time you say don't do it, you don't actually enforce anything. They're just gonna leave. Like they're just gonna leave the conversation and do it more. Like that's what you deal with every time. That's why we have a golden rule. You don't negotiate with terrorists. You teach them that they can't fucking do this, because if they do, they will get fucking obliterated. Absolutely, man. Listen, and it's every terrorist organization needs to be dealt with this way. Every single
fuck
one.
this. I got a better game. Guilty
Kill
Gear.
them. All right, I'm sorry if this seems inhumane, but you know, I was taught by a very, very wise person. If they try to kill you, you kill them first. You know who taught me that? God. It's in the fucking Bible. So I don't want to hear any of this bullshit. All right, people are all retarded. Every single person that's on Team Terrorist is a retard.
Vessel strike. What legal authority were you guys working under, and will there be an after report on the strike?
Well, I'm sure there's going to be an after report. I mean, the legal authority, and I want to talk about these kids, is that there are people who are bringing literal terrorists, who are bringing deadly drugs into our country, and the President of the United States ran on the promise of stopping this poison.
Dude, they have to understand the situation. There were 4,000 Marines. 4,000 Marines stationed all around. Not even exaggerating. 4,000 Marines literally stationed around Venezuela. Okay? They said, don't you dare fucking send drugs or we're gonna bomb you. They bombed them when they sent drugs. literally, fuck you. Why am I supposed to feel bad about this?
From coming into our country. Another question?
Gotta talk about an organization that has leftists currently freaking out. Right? They're freaking out, thinking that we're about to go to war with these people along with President Trump has flexed on dictator Maduro by blowing up what they claim was a boat containing narco terrorists trying to smuggle drugs into the United States of America. Now, I really want to talk about this story. This is fascinating. There is that is currently involved in the story between the United States of America, Venezuela, and Colombia. Right? These countries are all involved with this current conflict. And that is what the American media is not covering, right? So I'm going to tell you guys, the American media has been so embarrassing. It's literally just all Trump ads. And someone turned this shit into the most disingenuous shit pile of all time. Like, look at how they actually cover the story. It's humiliating, honestly. Like, as an American, it's absolutely humiliating.
Officials in Washington sending several U.S. warships to the southern Caribbean, and now there are growing questions about what it's all for. In Venezuela's capital, leader Nicolás Maduro putting his military on display, accusing the United States of preparing an invasion. Maduro saying
exactly like what the actual fucking leftist grifters are saying. Like, you realize that, right? Like, you realize that they literally sound exactly like the leftist grifters. Trump is gonna invade and take over our country and take over our city. Motherfucker, Trump is gonna take over Venezuela. Are you fucking retarded? He would love Venezuela to stay
Fuck, I already said it by mistake. Sorry, my bad.
Our retards, but he doesn't actually want Venezuela, okay? And everyone knows that. He wants to stop the fucking terrorists and the drugs.
U.S. wants to colonize
What I need to
Venezuela,
find
to break
is
it into pieces and steal its riches.
Yeah.
That rhetoric in response to a major development from the Pentagon, mobilizing U.S. Navy warships and thousands of personnel off Venezuela's coast.
Oh, Power Stone, dude. Come on, you guys.
Is to confront the drug cartels operating in...
Doesn't that make sense? How does this not make sense? When Venezuela has sent millions of people into our country, millions, illegally, all right, and have flooded our country with drugs. Trump is not supposed to send something to stop that? What the fuck? Are you retarded?
The region.
The president is prepared to use every element of American power to stop drugs from flooding into our country and to bring those responsible to justice.
The Trump administration doubling the reward for Maduro's arrest to $50 million, accusing him of being the head of the Cartel de los Soles, responsible for trafficking fentanyl-laced cocaine into the U.S., an allegation Maduro has denied. The White House also designating that cartel an international terrorist organization. That accusation echoed by Ecuador, Paraguay, Argentina, and other countries, adding to the pressure inside Venezuela.
Good.
After widespread claims that Maduro ignored last year's election results and clung to power. All of that comes after Venezuela's political crisis and economic collapse caused what may be the largest mass migration in the Americas in recent history. Nearly 8 million people forced to leave that country, many coming here to the U.S.
illegally. With all due respect, I do feel bad for people in Venezuela that are under this fucking dictator-type government, all right? I feel bad for them. However, that doesn't mean you can invade our country illegally. Every single elephant, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So I think that, and Rubio apparently just talked about this also. Rubio's been cooking. Rubio's been on fire the entire time. So all right.
The president is going to be in office and drug cartels and drug trafficking.
Yeah, I can't hear shit.
Can you stabilize not just the country?
Yeah, sorry, I can't hear shit. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is, fuck these guys. They invaded our country. They're flooding our country with drugs. Literally, fuck them. Sorry, we don't need to play ball with this shit. Why? Literally, why? We should let them kill our people for no reason? Get out of here. Miss me with that fucking bullshit. This suicidal empathy has been so boring. It's boring.
What's actually going on here, why this is happening. And it's not because we're about to actually go to war with Venezuela.
No, obviously not.
Son of a bitch.
Right? We want Maduro out of there. And we're trying to do whatever we can to basically force regime change.
Yeah.
Oh,
I fucking lost.
That's really what this is about. And we're going to talk about it because, again, leftists are freaking out about this. Take a look.
And that action right there is a declaration of war.
These 100% grass-fed beef sticks for Aquilia Valley are 30 sticks for just $36 right now. But before you go buy them, here are 5 reasons I replaced processed snacks with these. Number 1, the ingredients. There's 100% grass-fed beef from American Family Farms and organic spices, which makes these sticks incredibly flavorful while keeping things clean. Number 2, they're naturally fermented, which creates a great flavor, but without the preservatives like encapsulated lactic or citric acid found in all the other meat sticks. Number 3, they're perfect for when you're trying to cut back on processed carb-heavy snacks, but still want something satisfying and delicious. Number 4, they're super convenient. I keep them in my bag, the pantry, my desk drawer, and I send them off to school with my kiddo. They're a great protein-rich snack that won't hinder my health goals. And number 5, they're from Aquilia Valley, which means everything is well-sourced, 100% grass-fed, grain-free, gluten-free, soy-free, 0 grams of refined sugar, and absolutely no seed oils. Like I said, they're 30 sticks for $36 right now, so go and check them out.
Fuck, I blew myself up, dude.
Ready to lose the hat and regrow the hair? With Chews by Hims, you can regain your hair and your confidence. Our chews are powered by clinically proven ingredients like minoxidil and finasteride, so you can grow thicker, fuller hair in 3 to 6 months. Your treatment is 100% personalized to your
I don't
hair
want your
goals.
fucking
It comes at an
bullshit,
affordable-
dude.
And you fucking stopping a terrorist ship from entering our country is not a
All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
You do not have to be an expert on international
Oh,
wars.
that was
I'm
cool.
just going
You literally need to be an expert. If you think that this is war, you're retarded.
to let you know that is illegal. That boat, that vessel.
It's also illegal to fucking traffic drugs into our country. What are we doing? Need Bird Hands lady over here to explain to us the legalities of war? Thank you, Bird
Fucking
Hands.
burn your ass,
To let you
motherfucker.
know that is illegal. That boat, that vessel was not near or on U.S. shore. There's no.
There were fucking terrorists bringing drugs into our country. Don't care. Do not care. Stop bringing drugs and illegals into our nation. Literally.
Yeah, it's also illegal to fucking steal, bitch.
Global police force when it comes to international waters. So if a vessel or a boat is in the middle of international waters and they're not actually on your shore or on your water, you cannot singularly police that vessel. And the United
So if another country is like shooting a ballistic missile at you, are you only allowed to stop that missile once it reaches your shores? Like, are you allowed? Like, can you stop the missile over international waters? Bro, these people are fucking coming to kill us. They're coming to kill us. It is that simple. It's just TikTok expert over here gonna explain to you the reality of the situation. It's a fucking terrorist organization designated as such. They were coming to us. You fucking killed them. Base.
a Venezuelan vessel. And do you all know who Venezuela's allies are? China, Russia, Iran, Cuba. And let's be very clear.
Oh, all the bad guys. Love that.
This isn't about any illegalities that they're bringing to the United States or about any gang.
No, it's not. It's not about the drugs. It's not about the gangs.
Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the entire
Oh, there it is. Bird Hands coming in. That's what I'm talking about. You people are retarded. Yeah, Trump bombed the fucking narco-terrorist ship to steal the oil from Venezuela. Are you retarded? First of all, you think Russia could deal with us? Russia's not starting a war with the United States. Dude, America just bombed Iran. You're saying that they have all these allies, right? Russia and China and Venezuela and Iran. They're all allies. Cuba. They're all allies. Oh, no. Well, what did they do when we fucking fucked up Iran? What happened then? You stupid? You fucking retarded. Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to get to in less than a minute that Donald Trump just admitted to an act that constitutes war crime and a murder.
Dude, those people are so annoying. Like, they're so retarded. Every single one of them. He just admitted to them. They're fucking terrorists. What are we doing? What happened to Americans? Americans used to be days. And now we're this guy.
Here's what happened. The White House has posted this video of a fishing boat getting hit by a missile.
A fishing boat? Holy fuck! Dude, what are we doing?
By the military, okay? They claim it's because...
All right, let me explain. They're identified as a terrorist organization. They flooded our country with drugs and illegals. You fucking kill them. It's literally that easy.
They were transporting drugs in international waters to the United States. Number one, transporting drugs, being a drug dealer, is not a capital offense.
Oh my fucking god, dude. But being a terrorist is!
It's a criminal.
Why is it just casually skipping the whole terrorist aspect of this?
You're entitled to due process, notice the charges.
Oh my god! Yeah, the Houthis are bombing civilians every single day. We should get them all fucking attorneys because maybe they would be found innocent in by attorneys. Dude, I smell the soy from here. These people are fucking retarded. They hate Trump so much they will support terrorists.
Appeal, all of those things. We've always treated drug dealers as criminals. It doesn't make you a narco-terrorist or terrorist.
Well, it does if you're part of a terrorist organization, which they were. But what are we doing?
Using a label doesn't change the fundamental fact of what they are.
Son of a
Listen
bitch.
right here.
What does that mean, label? Mr. Label over here doesn't want you to be racist to the terrorists. Oh my God.
Feels like a shoot first, ask questions later moment. So Trump just announced a military strike on a ship leaving Venezuela. Says that it was carrying drugs. Says that 11 people are dead. But nobody's been able to confirm if the ship actually had drugs.
Who the fuck is nobody? You in your apartment playing Counter-Strike?
So U.S. forces hit a vessel in the southern Caribbean. Trump says that it belonged to a Trinidad gang. Marco Rubio went on X, calling it a lethal strike, and then Trump jumped on Truth Social bragging about the operation, basically saying that it should serve as a notice to anyone thinking of bringing drugs into the U.S.
Makes sense.
Meanwhile, Nicolas Maduro is
Can I tell you? Oh, no.
furious.
Oh no! Oh no! The dictator cartel boss in Argentina's angry that we stopped one of their fucking cartel ships. Dude, are you fucking retarded? Oh no! We angered the guy that poured drugs into our country, killing
All right, you guys,
millions of
thank you so much.
Americans?